Going on, world? DS1 Ross. I'm back. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody who support me in this platform, SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV. Very much appreciated. I'll give y'all a minute to come through, and we gonna get this episode 7 on the way, man. This is gonna be a good one. I loved all my other episodes. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to my man Hash TV. Shout out to my man Shug. Shout out to my man Deep in Thought. Shout out to brother Rob. Um, who else I had up there? Can't remember everybody right now, but shout out to everybody who thus far has joined this series. Real Spill. We up to episode 7. Um, Tomorrow I will have Wolf and Beta close. So y'all stay tuned for that tomorrow. Tomorrow night, I will have my man Wolf and Beta close or Wolf and Alpha Attire. Um, he will be on episode 8. If y'all would like to join, if any one of y'all would like to join the Real Spill, um, this series I got going on, just email me dsalliance1@gmail.com. That's dsalliance1@gmail.com, and let me know if you would like to be a part of it. Email me and we'll discuss all the details from there. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat room. If you are here, make sure you hit the like button and press the number 1. Press the number 1 if you're in the chat room. Make sure you hit the like button. But press the number 1 and let me know that you're here. I need to know who's here. So go ahead and hit the number 1. And also make sure y'all hit that like button too. Shout out to my man Mike Brown. He will be coming through shortly. I will be sending him the link shortly. Okay, I'm starting to see some ones. I need to see some more ones, y'all. If y'all tuning in, hit the like button and press the number 1. I know some of y'all like to play the bushes and all that. But shout out to everybody in the chat though. About to send my man Mike this link the next few minutes, and we gonna get this show going, man. We gonna get it popping. Like I said, I appreciate y'all. Also, check out the merch store. The link is in the description. The link is in the description. The donation links, the links to the merch store, everything is in the description. Go over there, check out the merch. If you see it, you like it, copy. But check out the merch. I will be having some new designs soon. So y'all stay tuned for that. But go over there and check it out. Let me know what y'all think. I see some more ones coming through. I appreciate that. Everybody, if you just tuning in, hit that like button, press the number 1 in the chat so I know that you are here. Like I said, if you would like to be the next guest on the Real Spill the Real Spill live stream show, just hit me up. dsalliance1@gmail.com. That's dsalliance1@gmail.com, and we'll get it together. I don't think she really rocking with me like that. So might be kind of hard to get her up here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Much love. What's going on, Amanda? Shout out to my sis Eunice. What's going on, Monique? Hey, what's up, Todd Brown? Shout out to my man Mike. Mike, I'm gonna be sending you the link in a few, bro. What's going on, Sonny? Shout out to Big Bro. Shout out to my man Deep in Thought. It's my guy right there. James Kills. What's going on, James? Shout out to everybody. What's going on, sis? What up, sis? Shout out to the great moderator, Poetic Kells. Shout out to my man Doug. What's going on, Doug? That's my man Doug, the diplomat. He always trying to keep the peace. My man Doug, always trying to keep the peace. That's my man right there. No doubt, Doug, no doubt. You already know. If you hear anybody else calling you Doug the diplomat, you know they got it from over here. You know what I'm saying? I'll go ahead and send my man Mike this link. Give me a second, y'all. I have to get Mike on. Sent you the link, Mike. Nah, dead ass though, Mike. That's what I
Yo, boy. What's good?
What's good, my guy?
Man, I'm out here chilling, man. Another day down. I'm just gonna be talking you and me. I don't think I'll be looking at the chat like that. I'm sure what they say because it's just well, I want to be one on one with you anyway. So yeah, we get to chop it up and just talk about that murder that happened on the Grinch channel the other day, man. The damn disaster, B1 disaster. That was horrible. It was,
Yeah,
God,
man. Yeah, man. But first, before we get into that, man, I want to
yeah.
introduce you first. We gonna do this the right way first.
Oh yeah,
Um,
go ahead, do your thing. Yeah.
first of all, shout out to you. Hey, make sure y'all go and check out my man Mike Brown. He's definitely a content creator. Go to his channel right now. All y'all gotta do is click on his icon. Go over there, show that man some love. You know, I want to welcome you to the Real Spill, episode 7. I appreciate you coming through, bro. And first of all, let the people know You know, who's Mike Brown? Where you from? And what brought you to YouTube?
Well, I don't really mind saying my real name or whatever. So I'll say it whatever if you don't mind. You hear me?
Man, that's on you, bro. It's
Oh
up to
yeah,
you.
okay. Yeah, yeah. My real name is Karan Smith or whatever. I just changed this name or whatever just because it was a funny name to change that because I don't get easily doxxed. But now that I've been around YouTube long enough, man, I don't even give a fuck. So it is what it is, man. That motherfucker doxed me or whatever. Like, hey, I ain't scared of no motherfucker out here. I just got to get protection and shit. But yeah. I would say that I'm originally from New York because I was born here, but I guess like per se, I was more raised in Illinois and Georgia, the two places. We Illinois is kind of like I was in a suburban area. It's not Chicago. It's probably like an hour or two away from Chicago in the suburban area. And I grew up around there, and like I do here on YouTube, I was talking shit to them, like I was, like I talk shit here. Well, not exactly. I think it was worse then. I was more annoying with them, talking shit. But through all my life, like I just love to talk shit. I've been around. I'm in the Job Corps. Did some schooling there. Got like a certificate. And I've been to college before, but got a couple of credits. And right now, I'm just working. Just I'll just go ahead and say a home health aide. That's why I am. A couple of days I've been, in New York right now. But, it's I say I'm ready to move on because I don't want to stay with that job forever. But, just telling you, a little bit about myself, stuff I don't care about shit saying. And I'm I go on YouTube just for the entertainment, man. Like, that's why, like, I saw O'Shea because after that comedy video on Tyrese, where he just flamed the shit out of him and say like that, like you, because Tyrese is talking about, he $13,000 a month or whatever. What more do you want from me? Because his child got taken or whatever by the baby mama and shit like that, and he was crying about it on the internet. And this motherfucker sitting there acting like motherfuckers, really care. You just look like a bitch on the internet, especially for a celebrity. He's supposed to be moved like that and be seen, like this. But that was the first time. Yeah, go ahead.
I remember that too. I remember Tyrese was crying over that shit. I had did a video about that too. But that's interesting, man. For you to be so so direct and so open like that, I wouldn't think you'll be a home health aide. 'Cause, that's a little more private. A little more intimate, and you got to be a bit more gentle. So that's interesting that you know um you work and you do one thing and you specialize in one thing, but then you could be so harsh and be so funny, you know, on another end, bro. That's interesting.
Yeah. And so I guess like I got a complex nature or something like that. There's one part of me that's kind. There's another part of me aggressive as shit, like motherfucking like talk shit, not giving a fuck, like. But I wouldn't say like I'm a motherfucking a street nigga or anything like that. I'm just a dude that likes to do him. So I go around anywhere I go. I try to conform with kind of like the street life back when I was younger, because I thought those are more. It was more respected to me because like to me it seemed like this the hard ass shit, man. Like you take no shit, man. You take what you want. You do what you want, man. You got the swag and shit like that. Get you got your homies backing you up whenever. But me as a person, I'd rather stand on my own 2 feet. But it's just like I respected the game, but after like knowing me and knowing how I grew up or whatever, where I was from, I'm from suburbs and shit like that. I'm not with the whole gang life shit or any, this street life or this rap life or any of that shit, man. I just, I like, the rapping and shit like that. I like, real niggas and, that's, of course, I like, love black people and shit like that, and, I just never, I much of, I really like white people, whatever. It's just like, I was more, I just really love niggas more, like, to be honest with you. I just really,
Well,
I don't mean to sound racist, but it is what it is.
well, I pretty much, I'm kind of used to, you know, um, guys that grew up in the suburbs that's attracted to, you know, um, real shit because at the end of the day, you know, um, what a lot of people, um, when a lot of people just demonize the street guy, they really
Mhm.
don't pay attention to, you know, the the part that people gravitate to, and what they gravitate to is what you just said. How you like the fact that they were on their own.
Yeah,
They were masculine. They were leaders. They
yeah.
they they were in charge. They took care of shit. Shit got handled around them. It wasn't no BS around these guys. You know, a lot of people just try to attribute the 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 hood dude or the street dude and just try to demonize him into being a criminal, but they're not looking at, and shout out to my man Art, Art New Style, shout out to him. He goes into archetypes, and that's what you were drawn to. You were drawn to that masculine archetype. And this is what I try to get people to understand, that you're going to be drawn to that whether you in the hood or whether you're not in the hood. This is why a lot of suburban girls like urban dudes. It's,
Yeah.
it's, it's, it's for that reason. And it's because when you live in the suburbs, which now I don't live in the suburbs, but the area that I live in is kind of like off on its own. It's
So
not
it's kind of like a mixed variation of race in that
right.
neighborhood. Yeah,
Right, and it's kind of like a gated community. So
yeah.
what I notice is that a lot of the a lot of the guys, even the older guys, they're a lot more reserved. They're a lot more they're a lot more laid back, and they just allow things to happen, and all of that. Where in a more urban environment, you got to take charge. You gotta, you have to get up and be a go-getter. You gotta have that ambition. With
Mhm.
the suburban guys, they're a lot more laxed. And
And I got
if
me
you was a
myself. I
person
got
that
that same kind of problem. Yeah. Go
good,
ahead. Oh yeah, yeah. Me myself, like I got that same kind of problem with growing up in the suburbs and having things sweet that like that. I got complacency issues and shit like that, and I just constantly every day try to work on myself, try to to make myself into like a hustler, because you need to be a hustler out here, man. Especially in times like these where any day you can lose your apartment, you can lose your job at any day. You can lose your pension at any time, man, because the government don't give a shit, man. So like you gotta find a way, all type of ways to just survive out here, man. You know what I mean?
that's a fact. And that's some real red pill shit to realize that. Because guys like you, they could just sit back and just let life come to them and let life be handed to them because they come from a family who can actually do that. So that I respect you for that, bro. That's some real red pill shit right there. For you to say, I can't depend on nobody but me.
Mhm.
I can't depend that this shit will always be here. I can't depend on my my parents' retirement fund and the investments that they make. I can't depend on that shit.
True.
That's, you know what I'm saying? That's some red pill shit right
Yeah, because any day, like all that shit could be taken. Like it don't even have to be government or stolen. Like all these storms be happening and all these tidal waves and tsunamis be happening. Any day, man, a storm or a tornado could hit your house. Wherever your vault is, wherever you hide your money, anything, and that shit, everything, your whole business, your life could be just taken away in a flash, yo. And at the end of the day, man, I think I'm learning that knowledge is priceless, because with knowledge or whatever, no matter what really happens to you, you could end up like say like if you pick up a welding skill or something like that, or you pick up a mechanic skill, you could use that through and get another job easily, or you could hustle and help people fix the cars and shit like that, or anything. It's all about it's all continuous hustle. Like that's why I'm learning now. Like you have to really, have knowledge out here, if you want to survive, really.
there. Right.
Anything can happen.
So what you say YouTube is, you just use YouTube as your entertainment. So how long you been on YouTube?
I've been watching. Yeah, go ahead. My bad. Oh, you took you. Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead. I've been watching kind of like video games, let's plays of people play video games for years now. Like and then sometimes I'll watch. I like to watch spiritual, more spiritual channels talking about God and what you could do to follow Him and things like that. I just was I feel like I had like a more spiritual awakening in when I was 19. I'm not gonna say like all the details because maybe a family member or whatever don't want me to talk about what I've been through at 19. So I mean, in case they run to this video, I don't want them cussing me out and seeing like he's so stupid, putting out the information. So I'm gonna leave that alone. So, but I will say that I had um I was in a bad place when I was 19. I'm not really and I felt like just I was gonna be nothing. I was just gonna not gonna amount to anything, and not I was just sinking into like a depression that and a realization that I never felt before. Because even though that is depressing things to think about, it was kind of true because I didn't know how to do anything. I didn't have a car at that time. I didn't have a job. I was on my own. So, but where I was at, it was I had to pray, for that every day. That's why I don't mind church or any spiritual stuff. I don't I don't make the best choices. I still make dumbass choices today, but I just can't. I live with you know having something to do with Jesus or God or anything like that. Even though I wouldn't say I'm righteous or anything like that. I just got a long way to go. It is what it is. Even now, and now that I'm realizing, that I got more potential that I think I could walk, I could talk, like anybody else. And I got a brain, so I could go do something, ideas.
Real, that's real shit. And I salute you for that. You know, uh, for getting through it, man. You know us, us red pill guys, man. We we need spiritual guidance. Because
Yeah,
a lot of us, we're gonna deal with a lot of stress. Living in this world, living in this system. You know,
mhm.
shout out to Thinking Man's Templar too. He really went into this on a stream, man. But we definitely need that spiritual guidance, because
Yeah,
that's what's gonna keep us going. That's what's gonna keep us from not folding, because we deal with a whole nother level of stress,
mhm.
because the way we look at the world and the way we see the world and the way we see people. So, that
Yeah,
spiritual guidance, it has to be there, you know?
yeah. Yeah, and I'm not living it like I would say like, yeah, I have an imagination like everybody else, but I'm not gonna sit here the rest of my life living in some kind of goofy ass bubble, thinking that I'm fucking Neo off the Matrix and shit like that, and I could do anything. Nah, like yeah, I could do a lot of things, but I have my limitations, whatever. And I look at life like as it's hard. I said the more I'm in life or whatever, I realize it's harder. It gets harder and harder and shit like that, and there's stuff that is hard to deal with, especially when it comes to people and especially when it comes to looking for jobs nowadays, especially in New York, or whatever, especially if you're a person with limited skills. That's why I got, acquire more. I do what I gotta do to, I'm trying to do what I gotta do to, make, get myself afloat or whatever to make, money, make more money so I could, help my family and, help, do what I want to do pretty much, for my freedom.
Right,
So, yeah.
right. So, next question: does comedy um help you relieve stress from what you deal with on a daily basis? Because you're a funny guy, man. Like you're like it's the shit like exudes from you, bro. Like when I first saw your avatar, I said this dude is funny. I can tell he's a funny guy.
You saw my avatar, you like this nigga is funny as shit.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. Like this nigga cracks jokes.
man.
I can, bro. I don't know what it is, but certain people, I could tell with certain things. You
I
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
you got some clairvoyant shit going on right there, man. Like
Nah, man. It's just like I don't know what it is, bro. But does what does comedy do for you?
man, I just like a lot of times, as much as I love comedy, I love, I watch more comedy more than anything. I love comedy movies more than I like action too. Well, I love action or whatever, like The Matrix and shit like that. That's my favorite movie. And plus, the more years I've been watching The Matrix or whatever, I began to notice, the philosophy in it. That's why I don't say being like a red pill. To me, you can't be a red pill. To me, like a red pill is the truth because that, when you're talking about the aspects of the Matrix and shit like that, the red pill is pretty much, going through the wonderland or whatever, going through the tunnel to the truth, going through, it's continuous learning in the truth. But I fuck with comedy. Yeah, I fuck with talking shit too. Like I don't know, like I don't know if it's through extra knowledge or whatever I got watching TV or sometimes reading a book or something like that or talking to others. But I can pick up some words and use it as a roast or whatever. Like it's just and I've been on YouTube. I think for since 2018, and I've been I roast nigga a motherfucker out a whole channel and shit like that. Like it was I could roast for a while or whatever. As long as I am relaxed or whatever, the roast just fly like because shit just pops into my brain or shit and shit like that. And it's sometimes like me personally, I don't really think I'm that funny or whatever. But I get the other day with that Taz roast, that was murder, man. That shit was that had me chuckling at my jokes. That shit.
Man, man, listen, man. Most 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 people who are like naturals with this comedy shit, they really don't know. They really don't know how funny they are, man. But you just gotta look at the chat room. You gotta look at the reactions of the people, man. Like I told you,
I know.
and this is just my opinion, bro. I really feel like you that is one of your talents. Like
Yeah, my be man. Coming up
comedy,
with words. Yeah.
comedy is one of your talents, bro. And what we don't have over here in the black sector is that natural comedian aspect where
Yeah, right.
their whole channel is based around um you doing little improvs, you taking a situation and going in about it. Like I really think if you was to do that on your channel, bro, you will blow up, bro, because you really a funny guy. You know what I'm saying? And
especially
the
when I'm pissed, man. Like I could just come up with words, yo. Like
yeah, and you can easily take a situation like like the candy situation. You took that, bro, and you just went for like 2 hours straight, like kept going nonstop, 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 nonstop. I mean, that's natural, bro.
yeah,
For some people, that's natural. And to constantly be funny, that's a talent. That's that's something you shouldn't overlook, bro. I really think that you should take this comedy shit to another level, man, because you really a funny dude. Other
man.
funny dudes is saying you funny. So that means you're funny, bro.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you who the funniest people I've seen on YouTube, especially the Black Manosphere, and there's not too many of them. Like these niggas are not really funny, but yo, the Grinch, O'Shea, you, nigga, you funny as a motherfucker. Like you might be second to O'Shea, man. Like nigga, you said a motherfucker, a girl skin, that whoever that, I don't know what that was, a she male half demon or something like that. You said that she looked like she was born green and shit, like she was Shrek 7. Hell no, that shit was funny as shit, man. You be killing me, man. Like, but yo, who else is funny? Like Diggs and Swag King, he's funny as shit.
Mhm.
Who else? Like, a lot. Some. Who else? Who else? Angry Man, kind of funny.
Yeah, yeah.
Minister
When
Jap,
he,
funny.
yeah. When Angry Man get on a roll, he goes in.
Yeah,
He goes in like he gotta heat up first. Like he'll start heating up, and when he get on fire, it's like he don't miss. Yeah, Grinch is definitely hilarious.
yo, the Grinch is a legend
O'Shea,
with this roast and shit.
yeah.
Legend.
Grinch is hilarious.
He's a
O'Shea,
legend.
to
Yeah,
me,
bro.
O'Shea is he's to me, O'Shea isn't funny. To me,
Mm.
O'Shea he's silly. He's goofy.
To me, I'm silly. I'm goofy. But
Nah.
people
Like,
think differently.
no, you actually have like O'Shea. I give it to him. He have a couple of good jokes, but I haven't saw him go in on somebody. I'm talking about go in. Like I've you done went in. You went in on Candy for like 2, 3 weeks straight. Um, I done saw
Yeah,
Grinch go in on plenty of people. I done saw Angry Man go in. I'm talking about roast them off the panel, out the
yeah,
chat room. I've saw that. I don't really, but O'Shea, he is funny. He has his times where he's funny as shit. Tommy is a
yeah,
funny
yeah.
nigga.
Yeah.
Tommy is a
Tommy
comedian.
Sotomayor?
Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
comedian.
he's funny as a motherfucker. Like,
He's another one, bro,
yeah.
he's naturally funny. Like that's what I
Yeah.
see when I see
I
you.
feel like,
Like you could sing a song a certain way and have everybody in the chat room dying laughing.
yeah, I'm trying to, and now you say that, man, I'm trying to think of the song. It's gonna be one goofy ass shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I'm trying to think of that song, yeah. Well, I'm gonna think of it. It's coming, nigga. It's coming, nigga. Boy, oh my god. Yeah. We're gonna keep talking until I think of the song, but it's coming.
yeah, man. And another one who's funny as shit too. Suge. Shout out to my
Oh
man
yeah,
Suge.
yeah.
Funny, funny as shit.
Yo, he flamed the shit out of that Apache real white woman or whatever. Where the fuck her name is, yeah.
Yeah,
I call her the Apache.
but see, he get like that when you fuck with him.
Yeah.
Other than that, Suge is a cool dude. He don't really be on that type of shit. But when you fuck with him, that's when he goes into straight comedy roast mode. You know what I'm
Suge
saying?
on the instant style.
Yeah, he's relentless.
Yeah.
He's
Now, like
relentless.
when I get focused, when I get focused, it's the worst.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah,
worst.
I know because your ass zeroed in on Candy Boy. She got that. She got that real work. She got she got obliterated, dog.
Yo,
Talk.
I swear, like on everything, on the on Taz, on the Grinch shit, when you got when Taz roasted what's his name? Not when the Grinch roasted Taz. Yo, in that chat, that had to be the worst I've ever roasted anybody, yo, on YouTube.
What
That
made
shit,
you
like,
so?
yo, he
I
got
know
it.
you've been
Yo, he
had your
got it in the
feelings about.
channel and he got in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, like 3 hours straight, all on his gold teeth, man. He said, "Motherfucking his gold teeth are like a phone, each tooth is like a phone or some shit like that. They got dial tone reception and shit like that. Yo,
So,
like, yo,
so what do you think about what happened? Like, what do you think about what happened with him being excommunicated from the manosphere?
me personally, like, I've seen him before, whatever, in other chats, and I never really had a problem with him. But when it comes to like, I'm hearing all this doctrine shit or whatever with Suge, I still don't have a problem with him now. I'm just, I like my roasting and shit like that. And if you want to look like a funny looking nigga or whatever with grills, that's your own business. Hey, man, you should have had regular teeth. You could at least had
Right.
2 or 3 teeth or something like that. But you had to have gold piss grills. So it is what it is. But yo, I don't like. He been fucking with people for so much like that. I guess he deserve it, man. Especially when you go in that Grinch for no reason. The same person that does that is like, Cluster B or whatever. We call her Buster B because the Grinch gave her the honorable title of that shit. So she the one that just goes at anybody with that pro black rhetoric bullshit, thinking that just because a nigga like just happen to like a Caucasian or something like that, all of a sudden, they're a coon or something like that, or they're a race traitor, all that goofy ass, pro black shit. That's why I'm not. Yeah, like nigga, I'm not with the pro black shit, man. I like much as I love black people and shit like that. I'm not. I'm gonna call them out on their shit. Yeah, I'm
Right.
not. Yeah, and like me personally, when it comes to that, I don't call myself red pill. I don't because I don't generalize any knowledge I got or any truth that's out there just
Mhm.
on a term called red pill and shit like that. Especially a Matrix term off the Matrix. That was an entertainment movie, even though it had deep, thinking, thoughts, thought processes to it. But it's just, when it comes to real life or whatever, I'm not putting, saying I'm red pill or anything like that. Like that sounds like some shit. Like if a motherfucker came up to me and said, you know, I'm red pill. I'm like, I'm not, it's either I'm gonna say, I'm not with, drugs. I'm gonna be like, yo, man, let me get, some of that pills you talking about. Is it
Yeah.
stronger than Parkinson's? What's it like? Yeah. Let me get
Right.
some of that
Right.
shit, man.
How's the red pill? Yeah.
Yeah. Because the more than red pill, man, it's like it's red pill, it's blue pill, it's black pill, it's orange pill. Like it tastes the rainbow pill. So I'm like, like I'm
Yeah.
not I'm not gonna have no, get, all kind of dazed up on Starburst pills and shit like that. Because I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
Niggas,
this is people bread and
niggas
butter and
turn
shit like
shit into
that.
Skittles. I feel you.
Yo, I think I'll be mad as shit hearing me talking about, this nigga said something about red pill. Man, pink lip bastard, man. Fuck that nigga, man. Yeah. But like on some real shit, like I'm not gonna be found everybody like, everything like everybody else does. I got my own, thinking and own my own ways I want to follow. And it's not gonna be, what everybody, is following because they think they red pill because somebody dumped them and shit like that, and they saw a couple of O'Shea videos or some Donovan videos, and now all of a sudden or whatever, they Morpheus off the Matrix. All about women and shit like that. And they're a pimp. They pimp international pimp, whatever they looking for towards, polygamy, even though they don't got one bitch anywhere for like they haven't even talked to a bitch for 5-6 months and shit straight. The only thing they probably say to a bitch or whatever is hi or excuse me or any of that shit. So like the fuck out of here, man. Like people got the wrong term. A lot of people got the wrong terms when it comes to that red pill situation. It's not. It's truth to me. Yeah, go ahead if you want to say something.
Nah,
I'll talk all day, man. Like
nah, I
yeah,
totally. Nah, I'm listening to you, bro. I'm letting you get your spill off. You know what I'm saying? But I agree with what you're saying, because a lot of people are just running. They're running with this whole concept, and they're kind of convoluting the shit and watering it down almost to the point where it's almost like a label. So I understand what you're saying. You
Yeah,
basically
I don't,
saying
I'm not, yeah, go ahead.
you
Sorry.
basically saying like I don't call myself red pill. I'm just a nigga who know what's going on out here. I understand what I'm dealing with, and I'm moving accordingly. You just not putting no label on it, and I
Yeah,
respect that.
yeah, and like me personally, I don't really even think like I got it all together. I know all that like I should. Like I got a lot of naivety to me and shit like that. I got a lot to learn. So being not even like it's just I continue learning the truth and found that truth. Whatever that is, because out here like the truth is the only thing that will keep you surviving out here for real, for real. Like I might tell a couple of lies or whatever, to keep a job or to keep me living and shit like that. But yeah, I I do some crooked shit sometimes or whatever. But I ain't
That's that.
perfect.
That's that black pill right there. so we'll be a bag of
I'm red
Skittles. I
pill,
see what
black
you
pill.
saying.
I'm red pill, black pill.
Yeah, cause you see what you just said. Like if you listen to BGS going to the black pill, that's what you was just saying is more predicated on that side. So I understand why you don't label yourself like that, because you'll be a bag of goddamn Skittles. You took a pill. You know what I'm
Nah, like the
saying?
real reason or whatever is
So
because
I feel you. I
yeah,
feel what you're saying.
yeah,
So
yeah.
let me ask you this, bro. You
Yeah, go
said
ahead.
you know, based on the truth, do you feel like um the truth do you feel like the truth sometimes could be um can affect you in two different ways? Can you feel like the truth can heal you or awaken you, but can the truth also hurt you? Do you feel like the truth can hurt you too in certain situations?
Well, it really depends on the truth and the person. Depends on what truth and what person, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Because somebody could, hear the truth and pretty much do nothing with it, and they just ignore it and throw it out their minds and don't do anything, even if that truth will, get them out of the rut they're in. So I think it's a personal choice on what how a person takes the truth. You know, a person could, take the truth that they ain't got no job or they're lazy and they living off their baby mama. But how a person could be happy that about that shit, or a person could be sad. It all depends on the person. But most people, if they hear something like that, it'll hurt. But the truth, I think, could be subjective in certain emotions and shit like that. I'm all trying to be all deep and shit like that, man. The fuck. I
No.
swear to God, I ain't got no thesaurus with me, yo. I swear. I ain't got no Bible. I ain't got no dictionary. It's just,
No,
I think it's
that's
easy.
real spill, bro.
Yeah.
That's real spill, man, because I feel the same way. I feel like it's a lot of us talk about the truth, the truth, the truth. We need to hear the truth. People need to speak the truth, but the problem is not the truth, or the problem is not the lies and the deception. It's the fact that people is accepting it. It's the
Uh-huh.
fact that people won't accept the truth. It's easier for people to digest and accept the lie easier than the truth. And that's why I asked you that question. But I see you on point. You caught it, because most people, they the truth may hurt them because they don't want to accept it. They don't
They
want to
accept whatever
accept.
they want to.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
That's how I look at it. Like I've seen around here, like through life, people, accept they want it, what they want to accept. If that truth is something that, you know, they'll accept it. But to me, like, yeah, the truth could hurt, but at the end of the day, you can make a truth of your own that is positive towards you, you know, that you would like, you know, when it comes to, you know, you as an individual, not like saying when it comes to religion or, you know, anything else. But if you want people to say you, stop saying you an ancient nigga, stop being an ancient nigga. You know what I'm saying? You can change the truth when it pertains to yourself in a more positive, you know, outlook. But, you know, a motherfucker can still, you know, pretty much, you know, tell you like the devil or whatever. They could bring up your, you know, your past mistakes and your faults and all that shit. But at the end of the day, man, you know, you overcame that shit, hopefully, and you know, built the a truth that's more fitting for you, whatever, and more, you know, of a better reputation for you. That's what, you know, we all got to build, you know, and learn.
That's true. That's exactly true because people people are only going to make decisions, whether good or bad, whether truth or lie, based on what they want out of it. So I'll accept what you're saying to me now because I'm at a certain point in my life where I feel like I need to hear that in order for me to get where I need to be. So what you saying is actually true, bro.
Yeah, because I think like when it comes, yeah, when it comes to facts and truth and shit like that about other things, like, you know, our government or the state of America or, you know, the state of people, that's facts and that's stuff that you can't change. But when it comes to you as an individual, you could always change the truth. You know, you could always look on the future or whatever to be better than what you was, you know, before. And that's what, you know, I'm trying to do is I got truths about me that I don't like or whatever. And I don't have to accept it. But I could, you know, I accept that that happened, but I could also, you know, accept that I'm gonna do what I can or whatever to not be that person that I was. You know, I could accept that I am that, I was that or whatever at the time. But how I look at it, whatever, is that, yeah, that's good to hear that because I could do whatever I can to change it, you know, as an individual. You want to
Right,
say something? Yeah.
right. And that's only for people who are trying to progress. Because the
Yeah.
people who are not trying to progress, they really don't want to hear it. And let me just say this, bro, because I see that you have you've come from some things that happened to you in life, that shape and molded your life to go a different way. Now, and this is something I heard from another comedian, Corey Holcomb. I don't know if you listen to him, but
No, I
to
don't.
me he's my favorite comedian. Him and currently, but he said that what he did, and this is some advice I'm gonna give to you as
Yeah.
far as the comedian side of the game. He said what he did was he made jokes of the shit he didn't like about his life. He made jokes about it. Like he makes jokes about how he used to have to fuck 50-year-old women to have somewhere to stay. When he was like
Yeah, that's
19,
real shit
20,
though.
he smashing a 65-year-old because he want to drive her car to the club and he needed somewhere to stay. He makes
Right.
jokes out of those things. And those are things that he said he was never proud of.
Mm-hmm.
But he makes jokes from it. So you ever thought about doing that, bro?
I do it sometimes, like on the slick tip. Like I talk about my life sometimes in my true color, but you know, like to me, motherfuckers, I don't, I don't judge like I used to, or whatever. Like everything, the more and more I learn about life, or whatever, the more and more I learn about myself. I don't judge, you know. I don't like judging, you know, because just stuff like that or whatever. The thing you said that you know he used to he used to fuck 50-year-old bitch or whatever to drive her car and shit like that. That's hustle, man. That's his hustle, man, and that's how he makes it. And then I respect. I don't disrespect anything that is a person trying to be progressive or whatever, even if it's some dicey ass shit. Unless it's like some human trafficking shit when the cops has something to do with rape. Like that's I ain't with that, rape and all that crazy shit. But, other than that, progression is progression. And, me, like I respect anybody, that is just loyal to anything. Because niggas, nobody loyal to anything anymore. Like I don't know if there ever was, but if you're loyal to something and you stand for something, that's worthy. No matter, what, because at least you're just loyal to something, Could just be, a motherfucker. Like, I don't like to, people I fuck with, I'm not gonna roast. I'm not gonna be, on your channel or whatever, roasting Taz. And then I'm gonna be on Taz channel roasting you or whatever, saying, I'll be about your grilled chicken or anything like that. Nah. Like if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. And I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna betray, my friends at all. Or, people I fuck with, I'm just not with that shit. So,
Right.
yeah.
That's some solid shit. You know what I'm saying? You're a solid individual. So you said you in New York right now. So how do you feel about the climate that's been in New York? I'm gonna say like the past 5 years, because I've been going out of New York for about 5 years now. So how do you feel about New York and what's been going on like in the streets and shit?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like it's safer than Chicago and New Jersey and shit like that, in my opinion. Except like every once in a while you go to a train or something like that. And, I guess if you're a woman and shit like that, you're on your toes because motherfuckers will just slash you with a knife or whatever. Like these motherfuckers are crazy. I don't know, like, cause maybe the heat or whatever is affecting their brain, or they just lost their job and they're on a rampage or something like that. They mad like this, and the weather to me, I guess it's I don't think I guess it's kind of hot. In the summer it's pretty hot, but I guess because the buildings or whatever, because everything's pretty much tight together, but it's not really the buildings is kind of giving you shade. So, but it's still. I do notice one thing that New York doesn't get bad winters like that. They don't really get snowstorms and shit like that. They more other states like Chicago and Nebraska and all the other states get that. It just gets cold a little bit. It's pretty. It's kind of like fucking Atlanta or something like that over here because we don't get much of a winter. But I don't know, like the different kind of car fumes or electrical satellites is kind of fucking up the ozone or anything like that. I don't. It's probably that's what's going on. And New York evil as shit. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like this motherfucker, you need a day after tomorrow in this city. Like all the crookedness.
Just wash that shit away,
huh? I really didn't even mean to be funny. Yeah. But yeah, I was it's New York bad, man. New York bad. I don't care what nobody says, like there's too much crooked shit that goes on here, man. I don't even care. Like, New Orleans got their witchcraft and shit like that. But this New York definitely needs a tsunami. I hope that don't happen because I'm trying to make my money and hustle and shit like that.
Yeah.
So, but karma come.
But I asked you that too, man, because I just came from visiting New York. I'm gonna say about 3 months ago, a couple of months ago, and I noticed, man, in the streets, it's a lot of people with mental illness, like just walking around the streets.
Yeah.
They all in the train stations.
For real.
Like most of your homeless people that you see now are mentally ill.
Yeah. And then, like, a lot of times, like, sometimes I just laugh at them. But a lot of times, I'm just kind of laughing inside. I don't really laugh outside because, I don't want no trouble. But,
Right.
and sometimes I laugh outside because they funny as shit. But some of the funniest shit, but some of them are just straight up annoying. And just like, oh God, we got another one and shit like that. It gets like I want to move back. I was in South Carolina. It was just like sometimes like, man, I want to go back there, but the cycles are everywhere. And like I want to ask, like, have you ever noticed, wherever you're from, where you from? Where you live right now?
Well, right now,
Well,
I
you
live
ain't
in
gotta say
North
where you
Carolina.
live, but oh, okay.
Yeah, I live in North Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay.
Mhm.
You ever feel like different when you go to New York, where you just land in New York or whatever? You ever feel like
Yeah, yeah.
kind of more
I always
darker?
feel different. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just kind of like you just get this feeling or whatever, just like of you just
It's a
in
dreary
a
energy.
yeah, dreary, and kind of depressing or whatever.
Yeah.
That's
You-
that's how that's how I felt when I was in South Carolina when I moved to New York. It was just like, but I had to move to New York because to survive.
mhm.
It's just a different feeling when you get to New York than you would in other states, especially
It
in the
is.
South.
It is, man. You're not lying because like when I get off, when I get off the Amtrak or whatever I'm taking down there, you're right, man. It's like you get off in Manhattan, you see all the people hustling and bustling, and
Yeah,
smell it like the air is dirtier. Uh,
yeah,
like it's just it is a different. It puts you in a different mode. But one thing I would have to say about cities like New York and LA, those big cities, man, they force you to grind. It's like down south, it's the energy is more laxed.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's easier for you to get in relax mode if you have certain shit right then and there. Like in New York, like for instance, I'm on my let's say I'm in my old neighborhood.
hmm
I don't have to go, I don't have to go within a 5 block radius to get whatever I want. I could
right,
go to the corner store, I could buy me a gallon of milk, I could buy bread, eggs, whatever from the corner store. I can even buy hot food from the
yeah,
corner
right across
store
the street.
right across the street.
Yeah,
Or if I want some Chinese food, I walk around the corner.
uh-huh.
If I want some pizza, I could go 2 blocks, 3 blocks up to the pizza shop, Or if I want to buy some clothes, I could walk 5 blocks down. It
Yeah,
like
it's convenient, real
right,
convenient.
it keeps you confined to
Yeah,
your neighborhood. That's why you got certain people that's within the 5 boroughs that never left a borough
yeah,
because you really don't have to leave if you don't have to. If you choose not to. Like me and my homies, we never liked to shop in the hood.
uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
like to go to Queens, we like to go to Harlem and shop there. Or like let's say we going bud shopping, we
yeah.
want to cop some bud for the day.
Because
For
everything
calling
like
homie from
around.
around the corner, we'll go jump on a 4 train and go to 125th Street and go to Harlem and
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
we used to do that, but here down south, it's like
You in
you
the middle of
have
nowhere.
to, right? There's nothing around you to for you to get right up and go and get it. Like for
Mhm.
instance, I can't. There's no corner store where I live. I gotta drive. So
Yeah, man,
what
there ain't no
happens?
gangsters out there. There's only animals. The animals do the stick ups, man. They're the
Right,
goons. They're the
right.
goons, man.
You
You
got
get one
you
day
got
you just
drive
walking,
by. You got drive-bys on tractors and shit.
yeah, you
It's
got your deers or whatever with your Glock 47s and shit like that, ready to rob you as
yeah.
soon as you get out the store, man.
But that's what. But see, that's why a lot of people in the South, the energy is more lax because everybody goes out and get everything they need and fall back in the crib.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? They get everything at one time and then they don't come back out. That's why a lot of us guys, you know, even include myself, when we move down south, we gain weight.
Yeah.
Where in New York, you're gonna stay a certain size because you're constantly moving. Even
Yeah, I
if
feel
you
like
gotta
you get
go
more active as
downstairs
well.
to empty your trash.
Yeah.
Like in the South, you ain't gotta come down 21 flights and put your garbage outside. You ain't gotta
I
do
get
that.
what you're saying though too, because in the South Carolina, I was about I'd say 202 pounds when I was in South Carolina. I've been here in New York for like a couple of years, and now I'm like 172.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
we
that's
went down,
crazy.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, because it keeps you active, man. It
Hmm.
keeps you active. Like you always gotta move for something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
No
saying?
matter what.
You gotta move for something. It's
And you
always
don't need a car.
something.
Yeah, you don't need a car over here.
Not at all.
In
Not at
South,
all.
you need a car or whatever.
Yep.
But
Yep.
that's to me, like, if you really think about it, it's kind of logical, to live in New York because you would have everything you would, I guess, want. I wouldn't say exactly need, but if you really think about it, it's not logical. It's logical and not logical because the things out here could easily be poisoned and shit. Like they taint food every day, especially in the hood. You
Hmm.
know, and in Manhattan, in the the nice white neighborhoods or whatever, yeah, things are more expensive over there. But I would, I don't know if the food exactly is more less tainted than the hood. I think it is. I think they got more quality food.
It
I could
is.
be
It
wrong
is.
though, but
Nah, you right.
yeah.
You absolutely right, man. Because Manhattan is Manhattan is what's
Hold
considered
on a
New
second.
York.
Hold on.
All right.
Hold on. My
Well, I'm gonna just before Mike come back, I'm gonna say what he's saying is true because New York is considered Manhattan. So that's where Wall Street is, all of that stuff, the financial district, that's all in Manhattan. So,
right.
wherever the money's being made, there's a higher quality of everything.
Right. That's real shit, man. That's real
There's a
shit.
higher
And,
quality for anything. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? That's like the difference between living in living in Compton and living in Hollywood.
Or the
It's
Bronx or whatever, and living
it's
in
a big right.
Manhattan.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
The Bronx is totally different from Manhattan. Brooklyn
The Bronx is
is
mad.
totally different from Manhattan.
Yeah.
But what I realized a long time ago
Yeah.
is that the people who live in Manhattan, you know what I'm saying? They may eat better and live a little better, but they still have to deal with New York filth. Like
Yeah.
if you stand out one of them side them lofts in Manhattan, 1 o'clock in the morning, it's nothing but rats, raccoons,
Mm-hmm.
all of that. Running
The whole
all through
society,
the
man.
streets,
The whole
rummaging through
society
all
is
their
too weird.
trash.
Yeah. You got your candies out there living there too, whatever. You got your Taz looking like Oscar the Grouch out there.
Right.
It's real dangerous, man. So
Right. You got
I know,
you
right?
got you got a bunch of all dogs go to heaven ass niggas out there. You know what I'm saying?
Dalmatians, yeah, 100 Dalmatians is a block ass niggas out there, but
Right.
motherfucking,
Eat
you
the
know,
cat, eat the cat ass niggas. They, they all
Lord of the Rings,
they
Lord
all
of the
out there
Nations ass niggas.
rummaging through people trash and
Yeah.
you know
Oh, yeah, some of them look like raccoons too, man. Out here, like trying to do stick ups and shit like that.
I have a reminder for Sebastian.
God damn, man. Saying names and shit like that, man. My bad, man.
no
And,
doubt, no doubt.
hold
But
on, hold on.
no doubt. Yeah, man. That's just in case y'all never been to New York City, man. They say New York is the dirtiest place. It's not just because it's dirty. New York is dirty, man, because New York
Hard to
City,
say.
New York City is one of the largest inner cities, man. We talking about the city, not
Mhm.
New York itself, but New
Yeah.
York City. We
Each
have
city is like its own
we have one of
fucking
the biggest
state.
cities, man.
Each borough is like its own fucking country, man. Like Brooklyn is like
Exactly.
fucking you know, in the Bahamas or something like that, like a small island.
That's a
Like
fact.
for real, like
Brooklyn alone, they said have about at least like 1.5 million people in Brooklyn.
right.
That's just in Brooklyn.
And they're like my family comes from Trinidad.
Hmm.
And that's an island I think full of 1.2 million people or something like that, or maybe more than that. But that's bigger than Brooklyn just by itself or whatever. Is bigger than
Exactly.
that island. You
Exactly.
know?
That's some real shit. And then we still got four other boroughs.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they say they always say that Brooklyn is the biggest borough. And to all y'all that's listening, shout out to everybody in the chat too. Just to let y'all know, Harlem is in Manhattan. Harlem is not its own borough. I know a lot of y'all,
Oh
when y'all
yeah,
hear dudes from New York talk about Harlem, they talk about Uptown. Harlem is in Manhattan.
yeah. That pretty much is
That is
yeah.
Manhattan.
Yeah.
Harlem, Harlem starts from the lower parts of Manhattan. That starts from like 72nd Street all the way to about
I think 100.
100 to about
Oh,
161st. Because
I think
161st is the Bronx. That's Yankee
yeah.
Stadium.
No, I think it's 149th or whatever. Is like Grand Central, and
Yeah,
that's getting
yeah,
toward the Bronx.
you're right.
I
That's
stopped
the
there.
Grand Concourse. That's
Yeah,
where
yeah. Grand Concourse. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like the median where you
Mm-hmm.
could take that to go to Harlem, or you could go further uptown, which is the Bronx. So
Yeah, but I used to
if
work
you
in
ever
Harlem.
in Harlem and you hear guys talking about, because in Harlem too they got the terminology of uptown and downtown. You got
Mm-hmm.
Lower East Side Harlem, that's considered downtown Harlem. That's the 6 train line. Then you got
Yeah,
Uptown Harlem, which is like 145th and all of
yeah.
that. That's
141 to
right.
145th.
That's
That's
like
two
the
trains.
two. That's like the 3 train, the
Yeah, two in
one
the three
train.
train. Yeah, two, one, two, and three train.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that, and I used to work up in the uptown Harlem or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, like that was more of a hood area to me. Like that's Martin Luther King hood right there. Martin Luther, that shit was hood. But when you talking about like Harlem, to me it's a whole big hood. But when you look at the Bronx, that's the straight up ghetto, straight
Straight
up, yeah, straight up. I,
straight
I don't like going there. The people, man, like I won't even request to work there at all. The motherfucking people, like,
Yeah, I
they're
was
hard to deal with.
I was gonna ask you that too, bro. Did you get sent on any cases in the Bronx? Because I know a lot of people who do home health aid, man, they always get sent to the Bronx.
Yeah, no, I got pretty much. I didn't get like a permanent case, but I got like a temporary one one day. And when I went over there, the guy wasn't even there. So I had to call in and say to leave and shit like that. I was there for like 2 hours too, and they said the guy just left and went somewhere else and shit like that. And he was coming back, but he 2 hours later, and the motherfucker's not even there. So that's another one that's discouraging because as a home health aide, especially with the company doesn't tell. A lot of times, the company doesn't tell the patient that an aide is coming. So you go over there and shit like that, and you knock on the door, and you're like, "Yo, I'm the aide from this, that, and other," and they'd be like, "Yo, I never called for an aide today. I called for him Thursday. I called for him Saturday or something like that." And they pissed or whatever. They called the company, and then you got to go all the way home and shit like that after you done spent like all that money getting there, and all that time and shit like that. Getting that for just getting there, man. It'll piss you off. But some of the companies or whatever, they'll pay you, your time for traveling and shit like that. But to go through the shit like that, it's just ridiculous. Especially like the Bronx is bad. It's already shitty already. So dumbass shit like that makes it even worse.
Facts, facts, and for the most part, y'all, and I'm talking to y'all in the chat, man. For the most part, the Bronx to me is like old school Brooklyn because Brooklyn has changed over the years. I'm gonna say we in 2019. I'm gonna say within the past 15 years, Brooklyn has did a total 360. The Bronx is now what Brooklyn used to be.
Hey,
Like
Flatbush still ain't shit though. It still ain't shit. So not all Brooklyn has changed.
nah, you right. You right. Flatbush ain't changed yet.
Yeah.
East New York has not changed.
Oh yeah, no, definitely not.
Brownsville has not changed.
I'm going
And,
towards the L train and shit like that, man.
yeah, East New York.
You think you're in the menace from society too and shit like that. Boys in the hood and shit like that. You think you're over there?
Yeah, man. That's East New York. East New York. That's like what people don't know. That was like the murder capital in Brooklyn for years. Like East New York is known for having the most unsolved homicides in Brooklyn, more than Brownsville. Like Brownsville now is Iraq. It's like it's almost like somebody going out to Iraq.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if it's like that anymore but I would say, you'll get in Flatbush. That's what I'm gonna say. Like, but I feel like New York is I noticed in New York, like New Jersey, there cops are cracking down and shit like that. And you getting cops all over the place. Like I see them in train stations and shit like that everywhere. So they're really like holding it down or whatever, even though they're just sitting there, ain't doing shit. Probably, just holding up trains on bullshit. And I don't know what they looking for. They New York cops ain't about shit. But they out there. I guess they making things, safer per se a little bit.
they just making their presence felt because New York hired a few more 100,000 police officers just to put out on the streets. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what they doing. Let me answer this question in the chat. I see shout out to my OG Muhammad is the one. He say, what about Red Hook, Sheep? Well, I'm gonna say Red Hook has been gentrified. That area, that whole back of downtown Brooklyn area has been gentrified. The feds came through Red Hook, Gowanus, all of them projects back there behind downtown, swept all them dudes up, man, and that whole area is gentrified now.
You know why? Because all the white people or whatever is moving out of Manhattan because it's too expensive for them. So the more expensive it is, they flood. They got to flood all the boroughs, and that borough that a lot of them is flooding to is Brooklyn. So with all that money coming through and all that wealth, the white people and shit like that, they coming through. They got to clean up the place more because money talks out here to make things look. I'd say cleaner, even though it's still Brooklyn's still still fucked up, but it's not as fucked up because more money is being put into it. You'll see a lot of white people and shit like that.
It just looks nice. So it looks like it's a better place to live until you try to walk to the store and get you a sandwich at 3 a.m. and you still see that it's real out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Pookie and Ray out here or whatever. Talking about, let me get them motherfucking let me get the motherfucking Newport or whatever. Let me get that motherfucking what do you call that?
Let me go get a Lucy.
Making patties and shit like that. Let me get that shit.
You see a motherfucker 125 pounds walk up to you with no teeth, asking you for a quarter. And you realize this shit is still the same. You know what I'm saying?
It's real out here, man. You know how he lost that tooth, man? The motherfucker pulled that out, man, to tell the motherfucker world that he real out here in New York, man. you know, he don't need no teeth or whatever, man. Without the teeth or whatever, he's still sharp out here, man. Weapons and everything, man. You replace his teeth with razor blades and shit like that, man. You know what's real out here, man. New York.
Right, right, nigga tell you, nigga, I ain't got no teeth. I like my chicken extra crispy.
For real, man. I don't need no motherfucking teeth out here, man. I can make my own motherfucking teeth, you know? 40s or whatever. Break that motherfucker. Put them motherfucking shards in my mouth. That's all I'm doing,
Put these,
bread.
put these goddamn checker pieces in my mouth.
Take nothing but motherfucking Miller Lite or Bud Light or whatever, and you taste a sandwich. That's all I need, man. I get drunk every day.
I'm telling you, family, like New York, it just looks better, but it has not changed, man.
It really
trust and believe, man. Don't fall for that shit.
Yeah, I just think that the landlords just get more crooked every year. Just every year, the landlords doing that shit, man.
Did you see about this? Was like 2 years ago where they caught the Jews from my neighborhood, because I'm from Crown Heights. They caught them in a damn welfare fraud. A group of those Jewish people, man. The Jews basically run Crown Heights. If y'all don't know, there's a part in Crown Heights called Jewtown. That's what we named it. That's where they moved. That's where they moved when they allowed other, black people and stuff to come to the hood. Because my dad, he grew up in Crown Heights too. He actually grew up on the same block I grew up on. And he told me that, back when he was growing up, there was a lot of Jewish stores, and the cleaners was Jewish. There wasn't too many Chinese restaurants. None of that type of stuff. That stuff didn't come till later. You know what I'm saying? So
no niggas only kill themselves. So they come over here and unworried and shit like that. Just every once in a while you get a nigga brave enough to rob their stores. All they gotta do is blast that nigga with a shotgun because they got money. And it is what it is. They just keep they make all kind of thousands of millions of dollars or whatever in New York, then they go back to China or whatever and build up their country. And we over here, spending all of $5 or whatever on some fucking shrimp fried rice or whatever with extra with some fried chicken or whatever, because they do make some good fried chicken and any other pork fried shit they make and shit like that. We give them that money, we eating all kind of chemicals and all kind of motherfucking fluoride, or maybe they got toothpaste crest in their chicken and shit like that, or maybe we're eating somebody's dog or cat at the same time. Like they just feed you anything over there, and getting rich. So
that's real. That's what's so crazy, and one of my homies, he stopped he stopped supporting the Chinese restaurant when we was like 19, 20. Like, no lie, he just went on a complete boycott. Like, he don't buy sandwiches out the Arab stores. He don't buy sandwiches out of the Spanish stores. He don't eat Chinese food. He don't eat out the chicken spot.
Yeah, that's a real nigga with integrity. That's a real life.
And he just did this shit, bro, like on some, like just on a humbug. Like, nah, I don't eat that shit. Like, nah, bro, I don't eat that. Nah, I ain't with that. Nah, y'all getting food from here? I'm gonna wait till I go upstairs type shit. Like, he's really been like that since we was like I said, since like 20. So he did some, that is some real shit, because he just did that shit automatically.
But I still eat Chinese food. I'm sorry, man. I ain't there yet. I'm trying to build up my character a little bit more, but I still, like that fried chicken with, pork fried rice. I know, it's like sinning against God and my heart. My race get me, 40 pounds fatter. But,
I mean, like, That's when you grow up in that, man, and cause see when you grow up in poverty, cause that's why you grow up in the hood, cause you grow up poor. When you grow up in poverty, man, when we was younger, man, Chinese food was our delicacy. Like not delicacy, but if we wanted to eat some fly shit, we went to the Chinese restaurant. That shit may sound crazy now, cause we in 2019, but think about back in 96, 97. Like when I was a little boy, if you ate McDonald's, Chinese food, if you ate pizza from the pizza shop, cause see back then in New York, we ain't have Domino's and all that type of shit. That was only in certain hoods. So we ate from the local pizzerias. So
bro, no matter
if
what,
your moms was able, say that again.
No matter what, the Chinese is still banging. I don't care what kind of Domino's or what kind of
the Chinese. That's what I'm getting to, bro. The Chinese food was like the food we crave. Like, oh, we getting Chinese food tonight. Like when we was little, chicken wings and shrimp fried rice.
Right.
That shit was like a specialty to us.
For real, man.
We loved when we ate Chinese food because, growing up, when your parents ain't really have it, y'all ain't eating out like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And sometimes they're cheaper than McDonald's or whatever, depending on what you get. But them motherfuckers, like, their fried chicken is man, that's pretty good. That fried chicken is good.
Especially when it's hot, fresh out the grease.
But it smells like some fresh dog food, man. Like, I be smelling it, man. That shit wild, man. It smells like it's just fresh out the dumpster or something. And they kind of clean it up or shit like that. Like, it's fucked up. But it smells fucked up, but it tastes good.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And that's just, we like gutter shit. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not a glorified, but that's just real shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, I grew up on that shit.
I love fried chicken. That's my weakness. And especially when it's good, it is what it is, man. I'm nigga, man.
And they definitely found some shit to keep niggas hooked on that shit. Cause that's the first thing niggas go get when they got some money and they got like think about it, bro. You in New York, think about this.
Yeah.
Around tax season, everybody in the Chinese restaurant.
Hey, for real. Yeah.
Tax season,
all you can do.
Motherfuckers in Chinese buffets. They at Dave and Buster's. They at Applebee's.
Real
shit. All that shit.
Hey, one of the niggas I was working with or whatever, yo, he got fucking diabetes and shit like that. But the motherfucker, like, somebody told him about the Chinese buffet or whatever down in the Bronx. It's down in like close to 149 a grand course. The motherfucker sent me there or whatever. All it costs is like $10. And you can eat anything you want. They got all kind of shit like mac and cheese, rice, motherfucking shrimp fried rice, anything, fried chicken, anything. You can eat $10. You can eat as much as you want. You go into a place,
yeah, man. That shit is real. That's some that's some real shit, man. But my next question, bro, and this is my second to my last question. Do you have any pets?
Yeah, to be honest, I ain't really that into animals. I just like, more indifferent or whatever. I just be like, they ain't do nothing to me. I ain't do nothing to them. The raccoon, I'm not messing with them. I'm chill. I'm not with them. Animals is like, that's another mouth to feed, man. I ain't with, Plus, they could be annoying. Like I'm working with a guy with a bunch of cats or whatever. And I'm always trying to rub against me and shit like that. And all kind of, fuck all that. I'm sorry to PETA, but I'm different. Just not into animals like that. What about you?
Well, you know me. I'm an animal kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? I love animals. I don't have no pets. I don't have no pets currently because where I live, I just don't, you know, I want to have more space because I want to have a well, what I'm going to create is a reptile room. I want a whole room because I like reptiles. I like cats, I like dogs and shit like that, but I like more exotic animals. Like I like
You have
fish.
like a reptile from Mortal Kombat poster in there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm on that type of time. I like snakes and lizards and tropical fish, frogs. I'm kind of weird like that, bro. But I
You know, I still fuck
like
with
shit like
you know. I just can't, go around the snakes and pet them or or be in the 10-mile vicinity of wherever they are, you know. But I still, we still cool, man. We still brothers, man. You know what I mean?
that.
Yeah.
well, well, listen, bro. I'm gonna tell you this, bro. And this is what most people don't understand. A lot of people have misconceptions about snakes, but the snake is more afraid of you than you are of them. I'm gonna just say that off the rip. So when a snake attacks, lashes out, or stuff like that, or try to bite you, it's because they're afraid.
See,
And
yeah, go ahead.
when a snake constricts you when you're holding them, they're not trying to squeeze you to death. They actually is latching on to you because they feel like you're a tree. Because what people don't understand is snakes don't have good vision. So
I
they
heard
they
about that.
they use their senses, the senses that they have in them to basically see things. They can't see things in its exact form.
Oh,
It's almost like a energy that they see when they're going somewhere. So, for instance, if you don't feed your pet snake, let's say you don't feed your pet snake for 3 months, you didn't feed your
whoa,
snake anything.
it's dead.
Now, no, it's not gonna die. It's not gonna die because snakes, just like humans, snakes have they have a storage where they can begin to live off the fat that's in their body already to sustain them, just like humans.
Yeah, now I'm even more scared.
But
Um,
but this is, let me tell you what a lot of people, you know, where they get scared with snakes by. And it's because they don't understand that if you don't feed your snake, don't try to pick it up. Because when you put your hand in there, the first thing it's gonna think is it's time to eat. And
oh,
remember what I told you about their vision. They can't see that it's your hand. So
so they
the
legally
first thing
blind.
that you put down in there, they're gonna think this is what I'm supposed to eat. So they'll bite your hand and try to eat your whole hand. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you think it let that your snake betrayed you and shit like that. You calling animal services.
Right. Or you kill your snake.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's what most people do. Most people, and see, that's why most people cannot own reptiles. Because
Yeah,
reptiles is not the type of animals that you can control. Like you can't control a lizard the way you control your dog. You can't do
that's
that.
why they got Candy in that hospital prison because she part reptile and shit like that. She bit her owner. She couldn't legally see. So
Now
that's
see,
probably why they
Candy,
basically.
not Candy. See what happened to Candy was Candy escaped from the lab of Jurassic Park.
Yeah, for real.
She
Yeah.
escaped from one of their testing facilities and ran
Mhm.
out and started procreating with humans. And that's how you get Candy.
That's
See,
why I know, like when
she's
people see.
part, she's 25% Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah.
She's another 25% pterodactyl.
Right.
And the and the rest of her DNA is gorilla.
Yeah,
So,
gorilla
so,
glue and shit. Yeah, that's
so
what I'm
this
saying.
is
Like, remember what I said? Like, she can affect people with the Tyrannosaurus Rex strag virus, and they can end up turning into half reptile, half motherfucking to dinosaurs, and they could go around possessing motherfuckers' bodies and shit like that. Like just taking motherfuckers out of their bodies, and that's how you see like the reptile looking eyes and shit like that because they possessing somebody.
right, right, and that,
Right.
and she's half. You could tell that she has T-Rex in her blood. That's why her arms and her legs are short.
Right, right. Yeah, right.
She
That's
has
real
T.
shit,
She has T-Rex in her
yeah.
DNA.
And she got like them sharp claws and shit like that and
Right,
for
but
nails
gotta,
and toenails and
but
shit.
she's shaped. Her upper body is shaped like a gorilla.
Right, right. Somebody did something crazy, man. Who the fuck? Like somebody need to go to jail for animal endangerment and shit like that. That shit. Who's the? She's like Frankenstein or something like that. She's like Animal Kingdom Frankenstein.
Yeah,
And
she is.
somebody just said somebody just electrocuted her, kind of like put some two cable wires together and electrocute her into life and shit like that. And like
Yeah,
screaming, "It's alive!"
she's
Like,
she's related. She's related to the Komodo dragon,
right, right. I
which
bet
they
you look
say
like that too.
Komodo dragons. They say that the Komodo dragon lizard evolved from dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that she's a more, I would say, an ancient, evolved, camouflaged Komodo dragon slash Tyrannosaurus Rex slash
Mhm.
reptile from Mortal Kombat. She's more advanced type of creature that,
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know how you get this connection.
she had to go and hibernate in other climates.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
why she looks the way she looks now, because she changed her look, because an animal's look change based on their environment and their
Yeah.
attitude.
Like the camouflage lizard type thing. I forgot what was it called.
Chameleons.
Yeah, chameleon, like that. She like that a little bit. Except
Right,
like, she sneezes acid. So whatever,
right.
and she gets the cold all the time. So she could use that, sneeze as a weapon in case, you try she's really territorial, you
she
know.
she sneezed Dorito particles on
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and now
that
it's
shit
like,
act like anthrax.
her sneeze or whatever will burn your face off. That's how bad it is. That's like just a little bit of that, hotter than lava and shit like that, man. A little bit, a tiny drop that just lands on your body and shit like that, your body will just shut down and shit like that. It'll go into suspect shock. It's been affected by the strag disease or whatever. And I just learned yesterday that your body has to kill you, to save you. If it ever was infected by a foreign host like that, that strag virus, man, ain't no joke, man. And I teach this all the time, man. These strags are a menace, and they're the new black plague. Y'all thought HIV and all this stuff was bad, man. They're hiding the strag virus or whatever from the public. CNN ain't gonna talk about this. NBC ain't gonna talk about this. Fox, fake ass, racist ass motherfuckers ain't gonna talk about this. It's just, the government want to keep it secret because I guess they want to do some experiments or whatever with the strag virus. It's just un, yo, it's just like worse than Resident Evil, man. Worse than quarantine, man. It's like this is world-ending shit. The strags, even they motherfucking toenails is intelligent. Even they armpits or whatever could breathe. It's just amazing facts. I mean,
Yeah, I
yeah, go
mean,
ahead.
honestly, bro, I think people like that they're just like genetic defects of the matrix. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Like a
that's
glitch
just
in
what
the
I
system.
think it is.
Yeah, glitch in the system, like deja vu or something like that happened in the Matrix.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, it's meant for us to get, to get people like those, man. But
Yeah.
you want to take a
What
few
about Agent
questions from the chat?
Dwindling? Huh?
You want to take a few questions from the chat? Let me see if
They
somebody
asked
got
him,
some
but I don't
questions.
know if he did. I guess they didn't like the story, man, because they only got 8 people, man. What happened?
Some people left. People gonna come back too, and some people, for the most part, once the serious
Understand the
stuff,
strategy.
once we start, getting into having fun and stuff like that, some people fall off because they not, they're not. I haven't got my supporters acclimated to that side of me, and
Oh, you
that's
just gotta go down on it. I'm just joking around. I'm just fucking around. I don't give a fuck what other people there, man.
yeah.
You know,
Nah,
we still talking to them.
do your thing, bro. But
Yeah,
I'm
we still
just
talking.
saying, like, for me, like, I know that a lot of people who support my platform, they used to, me going in on the information and being a lot more serious. But this
But
is
I
why
swear.
this is why I created the Saturday Night Live thing for everybody to come on in and have fun, because I'm not just one kind of way. If you
Yeah,
really
I
know
do
me,
both, yo.
right?
I'll tell I will talk some serious shit. We'll talk some open minded shit. But at the end of the day, I talk shit. I'm a nigga. We just come up with some crazy shit while we're talking shit, or we'll reference motherfucking Taz, which probably all his pro black gold teeth followers or whatever left, because that Taz is the Martin Luther King, ghetto Martin Luther King, you know. So they just haven't, they just left or whatever. So
That nigga is Pootie Tang. That's who
yeah,
the
for
fuck he is.
real. Pootie Tan,
That nigga
old
is
dirty
Pootie
bastard
Tang.
teeth, man.
That's who he is.
Like old underused bleach teeth ass nigga boy.
Oh
Oh,
no, he remind me of old Otis from
oh my
Martin.
god. Yo,
Old Otis.
he got like expired chicken grease in his motherfucking his motherfucking teeth, man. Like I told the motherfucking chat or whatever the other day, like, yo, he got like syrup stains since that Denzel Washington movie Training Day. Since that day, since when was that? 2001. He got
Nah,
motherfucking stains
honestly,
since, yeah.
honestly, how I think his teeth got fucked up, bro. I think his teeth probably was fucked up like that since he was a kid. He probably grew up and he was too young. They probably was giving him Pepsis when he was like 1.5, 2 years old, and the shit burned his mouth up.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
man,
saying?
like, I don't know if he got receptors or something like that, or he got that bionic teeth or whatever. Like you said, the bionic man or something like that. You remember that show? It's like,
Hmm.
we can make his teeth even stronger. Looking ass.
Yeah,
Like
that
that's what
that
happened,
nigga
man.
got porcelain gums.
Man, that nigga could chew, like, that nigga could bite a diesel engine and shit like that. He could bite through steel. Motherfucking
This nigga,
strong teeth ass
this
nigga.
nigga eats sunflower seeds and ain't got no teeth. How you
I swear,
how
like,
you cracking sunflower seeds with no teeth?
I told him, like, he's pro black because when he was in jail, like, the motherfucking security guards went over when he was sleeping and shit like that, stole his motherfucking teeth, and put some like plastic dentures and shit like that in the toilet for, like, a bunch of diarrhea waste and all kind of shit in it, and put it in his mouth and shit like that. It's just like,
Hold on, so you saying when he went to jail, niggas threw a cup of shit in his mouth?
diarrhea, man, like, straight up, man. Like, and then he put that shit in his mouth and shit like that. That's why he pro
niggas
black, man.
niggas shitted and pissed in the cup and then heated it up on,
Yeah.
on a burner, and when he was walking past going to his cell, niggas
Yeah.
splashed him.
Yeah, like they cooking crack and shit like that, like just like
Yeah,
that, man. And put it right in his mouth or whatever.
niggas
They
do that
call him
in jail
diarrhea
too.
mouth ever since, man.
Niggas will throw some shit on you in a nigga throw a hot bowl of shit on you in a minute.
And then it just stained his teeth. That I wouldn't call it his teeth, but they stole his teeth. That shit probably sitting in a lab and shit like that. They experimented on the shit. They're trying
Nah,
to
that
figure out,
nigga, that
you know,
nigga,
some ways they
that
can
nigga
clone
sold. He sold his teeth for some commissary. He
yeah,
sold his teeth, bro.
man. He sold his teeth for like seven or for probation and shit like that. He
That
sold
nigga
his teeth to
sold
get
his
out of
teeth.
jail.
That nigga
Yo, he
sold
was
his
in
teeth
life
for
or whatever.
5 stamps. He sold his teeth for 5 stamps and 2 honey buns.
Yo, like, why you bullshitting? You should have sold his teeth for a pick or something like that, or a comb. You know, that motherfucker nappy shit. Like he looked like he got like some Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit tracks in his head. Like it's just this shit like a whole racetrack and shit like that. Kentucky Derby
Nigga
shit.
said he had Hot Wheels running through his scalp.
For real, man. You know, it's not amazing, man. If you see like some motherfucking some cars or some vehicle looking things, that's lice racing through his motherfucking hairline like it's Fast and Furious. You know, that's
Yeah,
it gets real, man. They do all kind of street races in this hairline, man. That motherfucker,
yeah.
what the fuck am I getting this year?
Nigga had an ant race on his hairline.
Real talk, man.
Nigga had ants racing.
They're like there be whole city, like it's a city in this motherfucking afro, man, bigger than New York and shit like that. On the undercover, man, like it should be in one of them Discovery channels and shit like that. But I don't know. I think I might be the first one to discover that shit, I don't know.
That
I don't
ain't
know.
that ain't even no afro. That's a fucking dirt mound.
Mm-hmm.
Those
That's a
those are the pyramids that the Mexicans made. That nigga
the
had
Mayans or whatever, the Mayan city. Yeah. Yeah, the motherfucker bit like old Egyptians and shit like that. Old tomb head ass nigga boy. Yo, he got a whole society in his head, man.
seventh inning stretch head ass nigga.
Yo, that's where the rats came from, man. That's what they were birthed or whatever, and that motherfucker, in the bottom of his hairline and shit like
Nigga
that.
got a mound.
Yo.
A straight mound. This nigga got a mound.
It look like a whole man, man. That nigga's so nappy, whatever. I'm stuttering over here. I can't even articulate how nappy the motherfucker is, yo. Like he don't have lice like regular white people do, man. He got like a whole city full of cockroaches and rats and mosquitoes and shit like that. It's just like it's a loss. It's like the Twilight Zone when you go in that nigga here, man. Like some home, like.
So you saying they use this nigga head for Fear Factor Final Challenge, where niggas gotta lay down in a coffin full of beetles. They take this nigga head and start dumping it in the coffin.
Or the worst part is like you just have him go head first or whatever when you just lying down or whatever. So you just get all that in your face and shit like that. You gotta sit there and take that for about 30 seconds or whatever because it's overwhelming. And if you survive and shit like that, you'll be like you'll be a billionaire and shit like that, richer than Trump. If you survive, you got a whole city of motherfuckers over there, man. Like, we got ants and shit like that driving around and shit. I was thinking though, like since the Grinch called him Oscar the Grouch and shit like that, what if he he tries to drive his trash bin or something like that or his trash can? Like he be looking like Fred Flintstone and shit like that. Talking about yabba dabba doo and just running around. That's what I was thinking the other day. Running around and shit like that. This motherfucking trash bin and shit like that. He acting like he the man or whatever. Yeah, look at this trash can or whatever. The bitches look at him, they run away and shit like that. Motherfucker, he opened his teeth. He got a couple of caterpillars in there and shit like that. Come around and shit. got 2 years of bacon and burgers and shit like that, and the in between his teeth.
That nigga, that nigga Gap looked like when Six Flags first opened up and all the kids running through the gate. That's like running through that nigga teeth.
Like I told the other people like the other day, if he opened his mouth, you think it's a rapture or whatever. You think it's Jesus coming back. Straight light. Straight light running around the world, man. Like the motherfuckers like, I'm coming, Jesus. Take me.
So you saying that this nigga mouth is the Noah's Ark?
Yeah,
They put everything in that nigga mouth.
The coming savior of an apocalypse.
Pause.
The Jesus death. The golden Holy Ghost.
When they saw that nigga, Jesus wept.
Yeah,
Jesus wept. I bet you it rained when that nigga was born. It was a big ass thunderstorm when that nigga was born. Jesus cried when that nigga was born.
When he came back, when he opened his mouth and shit like that. There's power in the blood of his teeth on the last. That nigga teeth need his own song and shit like that, boy. As soon as he call that shit yield, motherfucker. Because as soon as he opened his mouth and shit like that, every car in America go slow down and shit like that because they think it's a yellow sign or whatever.
Oh shit.
Yeah, the motherfucker. Like I said in the chat, whatever. They call that nigga Lemons in the street, man. He's feared and respected. Lemons. Motherfucker.
That was his name in jail? Lemons?
Yeah, in the street, man. Yeah.
Oh shit! That nigga's name was Lemons.
No, he did that shit, nigga. He said when he was in jail, they call him
niggas called them Lemons.
Hey, Lemons, open up your mouth. Yo, shit. I told them niggas R. Kelly pissed in his mouth and shit like that. That's why he turned black. That's why he's mad and shit like that.
This nigga said his name was Lemons in the joint.
Lemons. Yeah. He wasn't respected, man. Trust me, man.
Lemons.
When you get done going down on the motherfucker, like your whole dick will look like a banana and shit like that. Bro. The nigga out here creating man.
This nigga name was Lemons.
Lemons, man.
Oh,
yo, like shit. Yo, he opened up his mouth and shit like that. And and he goes up because they have like outside area in jail and shit like that. So like he broke himself out by the team of gold teeth niggas. Yo, he had to pull up the lemon signal to get him out of it. Like Batman and shit like that. He got his own signal. He opened his mouth or whatever. It's like a projector and shit like that of a lemon. And they all come into, they know what to do.
So you saying in jail, Lemons was a superhero?
Yeah.
He was a gay superhero?
Real, yeah. LGBT pro-black. LGBT pro-black, man.
Like he was a gay superhero named Lemons.
Yo, they got the gay parade today, man. He need his flag or whatever, like that the lemon flag, so that could be like the rainbow or whatever. They could have, the lemon sign and shit like that. They added on to that. They got more, that nigga, a LGBT pro-black legend out there in that jail and shit like that. Lemons, man.
His name is
he out there,
Wow.
Yo, he out there looking for, who they call them racist motherfuckers? We call them the white supremacy. Yeah. Like Django and shit like that. Motherfucker, but he got a pistol in between his gap and shit like that. And he got like 2 Golden Glove boxing gloves, in the side of it.
So you saying, yeah, So you saying this nigga was walking around the joint looking for his sugar mama?
But the nigga had like, the nigga had a pick or whatever in between his teeth.
He was
Just
trying to put his lemons in some other nigga's sugar.
Yo, you remember? I don't know if you ever seen that movie or whatever with what the fuck is his name? Michael J. White, the motherfucking what's that shit called? When he was in jail and shit like that.
Oh yeah. I
Like
saw that. I forgot the name of it. I saw it though.
Remember at the end of the movie or whatever, he beat up that one dude and shit like that. He ended up in jail, and he ended up getting that shank or whatever in his ass. That's what happened to fucking Taz and shit like that. First day.
Oh, no, bro.
They had to break him in. Yeah, blood and bone, man. Yeah, thank you, Prince. They had to break that nigga in, man. That was his first initiation into,
Shit.
into lemon life. That's a whole thing.
Cold tip. Bro, that was epic, bro. That's that nigga new name, son.
Yeah,
next time I'm in anybody chat room, that nigga name is Lemons.
Don't
Word
tell
to
me.
my mother. That is his new name. Lemons.
You let me give this nigga a name, bro.
That nigga name is Lemons. Cause he ain't got no teeth, he all gums. Them shits look like lemon pills.
That's
That
what I'm
nigga's
saying,
gums
man.
is yellow.
They
His
look
gums
like
is yellow.
man. Them things look like some broken glass. It's like some shit or whatever, some dentures or whatever. You just kind of pick up, you just see walking down the street or some shit like that because you're looking for something, but you see the ultimate dentures of goldness and shit like that. You think it's healthy and shit like that, but it's really not because it spent like about 6 days in the trash can, got taken by like a seagull and shit like that. It just happened to, they happen to get
a little bit of teeth he got. A little bit of teeth he got, bro. Them shits is corroded.
Yeah, the thing, that's what happens to whatever to your car.
Them shits look like prehistoric rocks in his mouth.
Yeah, man. That shit is corroded for real, man. Like that's what happens to your car when you don't put oil in it. Right there, man. Your teeth look corroded and shit like that. Look at this thing. Like it's like somebody took a blowtorch or whatever and just just kind of superheated some bronze.
This nigga got old beach rocks in his mouth.
For real, man. Yo, Captain Crunch teeth ass nigga, man. He got his own shit. Like I told everybody, man, he goes around stores and shit like that, stealing yellow Starbursts and shit like that from the store. Yeah, and he just puts it in his mouth and shit like that.
Nah, this nigga be going around. This nigga be going around the science museums stealing they rocks, trying to put them in his mouth.
Hey, the nigga took a quick trip to Kentucky and shit like that and started just taking all the cornfields and shit like that and putting it in his mouth. And he got like 678 corn in his mouth.
He went into a cornfield and just started scraping the husk and stuffing them shits in his mouth.
But using mouth first or whatever, he didn't use hands or whatever. He just go with them, just like a cow and shit like that, eating grass or whatever. He just mouth first and shit like that. And end up, just storing it in his teeth and shit like that. Dude. That's the cornfield right there, man. Niggas don't like,
shit.
That shit like.
So he was one of the first children of the corn.
You fucking stupid.
This nigga was in the first children of the corn. That was in the 80s.
That nigga was the original, man. He didn't have no red eyes, man. He had that corn teeth or whatever, man. Like we called him child of Kentucky garden cornfield and shit.
This nigga said they wrote children of the corn about him.
Yo.
Oh shit.
The nigga need to be in a motherfucker. What was that nigga, whatever, that conspiracy dude? What was his name, man? Yo, not a Stephen Hawking book, but you remember Misery, the movie, right? You remember who made that shit?
Nah, I don't.
Oh my God, he's a famous author and shit like that. Yeah, anybody in the chat remember Misery and shit like that? He should be off of that, something like that. He did. They should do a documentary on that nigga Teeth, man. That nigga,
Oh shit.
you know the documentaries in jail and shit like that when they talk about niggas that was in the joint, they talk about how life was.
Nigga
Be like,
said somebody in the chat room.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat room said that nigga hairline looked like a backboard. Shout out to my man John Doe, man.
Who's that nigga? Yeah, you gotta mod that nigga forever, man. Yeah, bring
That's
him on
my
the
man right there, John Doe. That's one of my day
nigga
ones
link.
right there.
Bro, he said it look like a backboard, it look like an unused chopboard and shit like that, man. That shit like, boy, man. That shit look like it's made in every maze in America and shit like that. It's a garden of hair and shit like that. Unkept garden of hair.
Oh, shit.
God,
That
couldn't.
nigga
Bro,
hairline look like a school folder.
You seen that nigga nose though, man? He got a centipede of grapes or whatever, and he just in his nose and shit like that. For a nose.
Nah,
Look
bro,
at him, bro.
I still can't get over lemons, dog. Lemons, bro.
Lemons, bro. I don't know. I just came up with the lemons. Look at that
name
nigga.
Is Lemons for now on.
In jail, man. The joint, man. Yo, that's a tough ass name, actually, man. But you don't have a tough ass backstory and shit like that because they pissing it.
That is a gangster ass jail name. You don't want to get knocked out by no nigga named Lemons.
For real. He won't tell nobody the niggas, the real story of how he got that name and shit like that. You want to keep that. But a nigga will tell you in that joint shit like that. But, that's what happened to him, man. We put that motherfucking teeth or whatever in the worst toilet in A-wing and shit like that. We made that drench in there for about 2 hours and shit like that. Then we put that in the motherfucking goddamn stove and shit like that, kind of superheated that shit so it could, corrode into the dentures and shit like that. So, build up and with plaque and, all kind of deadly diseases, Ebola and shit like that, pesticides and, every disease or whatever that plagues mankind. I just want you to tell you something that's, red pill, super red pill. You ready to hear this?
Yeah.
Every time that nigga opens his mouth, one new disease enters the world. One new disease. See, you know why HIV is out here? Because that nigga smiled or whatever. That's why you don't see that nigga smile like that. Because, every time he smiles and shit like that, it's like a black plague just covering the earth. Because, of all kind of pesticides and germs and shit like that. You got a couple of locusts living in there too, man. A field of locusts. So you can go around, it's really like, it's biblical. Every time that nigga smiles, it's Armageddon, man. And you think like, Grills is clean and shit like that, but not that nigga Grills, man. That nigga Grills like, Jesus couldn't save that shit, man. Jesus, that shit gotta be, in a whole new dumpster, in a motherfucking toxic waste field and shit like that. It needs to be by itself, like Chernobyl and shit like that. It's. And then you got yourself on mute or something?
Nah, man, I'm over here laughing, man. You a crazy nigga, man.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I tell a roast stories and shit like that, man. It ain't even over, man. Cause that nigga, I was the other day, like it was so bad in the chat that I was begging that nigga to come, the Grinch to go on the panel and shit like that, man. I was begging. I was like, give me 15 minutes, man. I'll bury this nigga. I'll bury the B1, man. That's it. They're not coming back, but he wouldn't do it, man. I don't know why he wouldn't do it.
I'm gonna tell you why I think. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Grinch too. Shout out to the whole Black Order. Shout out to the Manosphere, all that. I think he ain't let you on, bro, because he probably didn't want shit to go, to roast mode. You know what I'm saying? Because he already They already roasted him for like, I think that show was at least 2 hours, bro. Like 2.5 hours.
It was
Like
almost
he was getting cooked, bro. And like
bro.
if he would have let you on, bro, they probably would have went a whole nother hour or two with your ass, man. Cause you wouldn't have stopped. Bro, I
Bro.
never saw you type that fast before.
Yo, like it was nonstop.
Your
It was
shits
like
was back to back. I'm
the
like,
chat
is this
was
nigga
not.
talking into his phone and is typing it for him? Cause
I'm
this
not,
nigga
yo.
is coming
It's
back to
typing.
back.
It's typing. Like it was just like, yo, like I didn't know I could roast him like that. Like because I knew he had like some crazy looking teeth and shit like that, and he kind of looked like Oscar the Grouch. But yo, it was just like my mind was. I was just like Mike Brown times two and shit like that. It was just like legendary Strag Slayer Mike Brown or whatever. That was yo. The nigga whoever was roasting in that motherfucking chat or in that panel and shit like that when the Grinch was doing this shit, man. They need a Purple Heart, man. A roasting, man. They need
That was an epic stream, bro.
bro. That was legendary.
That shit was epic, though.
Legendary.
That shit is epic, man. But
I can't believe I did that, man.
if you wanna later on tonight, man, 10:30, Saturday Night Live, man. If you wanna come on, I give you about, if nobody else gonna participate in the roast, man, I give you about a good 15 minutes. And you can just go in, bro.
Yeah, anybody.
Real
I just
talk.
passed or whatever because you didn't get it from me. You didn't get like the Mike Brown or whatever from me. Like you didn't get it on the panel or whatever. You might have
Right.
got it for a little bit over here. Like oh man, we pretty much we flamed the fuck out of them over here.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So,
The people, you
later
got like
on tonight, man, we could get it in, man. You know how we do on Saturday Night Live.
I give that nigga a whole month flaming that nigga, man. And this tree branch hair and shit like that, man. That shit, motherfucker, like it was growing by acorns and shit like that. Like you had to put seeds in that motherfucker hair and put some water in that shit, for it to grow. Like the ultimate chia, the ghetto chia, that shit, man. West Side, hairline ass nigga. California love hairline ass nigga. God damn, bro.
But yeah, bro, man, I appreciate you coming through, bro. I ain't gonna keep you too much longer, man. We've been going for about 2 hours now. I appreciate you coming through, Mike, man. And keep the comedy thing in mind, bro. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Because on some
man, I just want to let
real
you know,
shit,
like,
man, that might be a calling, bro.
Yeah, I just want to let you know, man, that I really fuck with you, man. I think you're like the most humblest dude I ever seen on YouTube, and you mad funny. You mad, intelligent or whatever. You can really carry a conversation, man. That's what I really respect about you, man.
I appreciate that, though. I appreciate that, man. I'm glad, you came through and you support. You know what I'm saying? Because, I wouldn't have thought that, certain people would have came over here and shit like that. So I definitely appreciate you, bro, and I appreciate you coming through. I love the fact that you come through and you bring that aspect, man. Bring that, because we need to laugh, bro. That's part of life. You know what I'm saying? And laughing.
You appreciating that because some people, really hate that. I drive like 2 people out of panel one day, whatever, just because I was roasting Taz and shit like that. Or
Nah, that's because, bro, at the end of the day, a lot of these people they come here for validation. So they don't know how to look at things from a holistic perspective. So a lot of them come up here and listen to the pro bliggity black shit, and that actually encourages them to actually go out and do something in life. And that's just
pro level.
Right, but that's just what level they on. When I first got into the whole quote unquote consciousness shit, because I don't even like saying that word now. The way that shit's been so watered down, bro. I don't even like to use that word, but you know, a lot of people, you know, watching these pro-black videos and getting cool with certain YouTubers is the first time they
Yeah.
actually, you know, heard certain things. A lot of people don't read for themselves, so they use
Like the girl said, niggas can't read.
yeah
They just can't form to hear either. Like,
yeah, like a lot of people they take certain people platform and they take their information as golden and they
yeah,
run with it and they go out and they prophesize this shit and they never do their due diligence. But
yeah,
that's just the first level of when you get into consciousness. That's what that shit do, and they don't understand that. So I don't really blame them, you know. And that's what happens when you're a sheep, man, and you're here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV because you're not a sheep. Feel me?
no, I'm not.
So
Even
I
I'm beginning to learn that, you know, I'm my own nigga. Like, to be, you know, all day. Always been like that. I can't even try to be a follower, man. It just not in me.
right, because you're naturally I could hit I could tell by just having this conversation, you a natural rebel. You rebelled against a lot of shit that you was taught.
Yeah,
That's another reason why your life is probably harder than what it could be. Because you a rebel. You rebelled against
at heart.
it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
School and everything. I never wanted to. I like knowledge or whatever, but I never wanted to just sit there in a motherfucking classroom and shit like that. And you know, just hearing boring people, you know, teach us a lesson that half the time I don't even want to know about. Like, you know, it
Mm-hmm.
just I'm not in. That's why I was feeling like that, you know, and when I was growing up. But
Mm-hmm.
me,
Mm-hmm.
like, the only reason I stayed in there, or whatever, I wasn't skipping school, is because I love, you know, my Dreamcast and shit like that. And my mom, you know, she would, you know, ban me from playing video games, or whatever. I was skipping school like that. So, if one that kept me alive, shit, like, to go to
Right.
school, but I would never be there fully, you know.
Mm-hmm. You'll just go to school, but you ain't want to be there. But you will
Yeah,
go just to go.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Just so like I can keep, you know, go home and, you know, play Jet Set Radio or something like that. Yeah,
Right, right.
yeah,
Just to still get what you want. But I know
yeah.
it came to a point where you was like, man, fuck that. I'm tired of doing this to get the game. Like, fuck it.
Well, the real, you know, when you talking about college and shit like that, all that really is a stepping stone to open a door. It just open doors. That's all it is. You know.
Yeah, and it won't open no doors if you don't know how to network. If you're
Yeah.
not around the right people and around the right crowds, it won't open no doors for you. That should have just be a bill.
Right. Right. Yeah. Hey. Yo, cool gent, man. He my nigga too. Yo, I had Jet Grind Radio on Dreamcast, and I had Jet Set Radio Feature on Xbox and shit like that, man. That shit, man. I personally think Jet Set Radio Feature better, even though, yo, I still respect my Jet Grind Radio, but you know, let me. I went on a video game rant right there. Yeah, sometimes I could be a nerd. Let's see, yeah, when it comes to certain stuff. Like, you play games, bro?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had Dreamcast.
Yeah, that was the shit, right?
I had Dreamcast. The shit I played on Dreamcast. One of my favorite joints on Dreamcast was Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Yeah, yeah. I used to have like a demo full of games and shit like that.
hmm
Yo, um,
Tony
Rain
Hawk
Man,
was on it.
Dead or Alive 2,
Yeah, Dead or Alive was on it. I had that.
Sonic Adventure.
I had that one. I had that demo.
Those games are fire, man. Like, yo, they don't make games like they used to. Like,
No, they don't. They don't.
I remember I had Incoming and shit like that, where it's a pretty much a game where you have a human aircraft or something like that, like a helicopter, and you go around keep pretty much taking out alien ships, you know, like aggressive aliens, like Taz's people or something like that. He's an aggressive ass alien. That's why he got, you know, a satellite dish in his mouth and shit like that. You know, that's walkie talkie whatever for his people. You know, this
But
stuff like
yeah,
that.
I like games. As I got older though, I kind of fell out of gaming, but I still like to play games. I'm more of I like sports and fighting games. Like I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I'm a Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat
yeah,
kind of guy. I like
yeah.
boxing. I like
You got that new
Madden,
Mortal Kombat?
2K. Hmm?
Oh, yo, you remember that? The game Rumble, two Rumble something or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that.
Uh-huh. Ready to rumble. Hmm.
Yeah, Ready to Rumble. Yo, that shit. That was my shit, man.
Yeah,
That
I
was my
fucks
shit.
with Ready to Rumble.
For
Dreamcast.
real.
I grew up. I was a Sega kid, so I had all of the Sega products. I had Sega Genesis. I had the first one. Then I had the
Mhm.
smaller one when that came out, and I had Sega CD. I had Sega Saturn. Then I got Sega Dreamcast. I was a Sega kid because my parents they couldn't afford Nintendo. Remember, back then
Yeah,
Nintendo was the shit. I
yeah,
had
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't even have a regular Nintendo. I had a Atari because regular
Really?
Nintendos was expensive back then. And then remember they came out with Super NES and
Super NES.
yeah, Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I'm new. Like, my first gaming system was a Dreamcast. So,
See,
like, yeah,
oh
that
yeah,
was
see,
when I
I
was
be
seven.
forgetting, bro. You a couple of years younger than me, so you don't. That's but see,
I'm like
Sega,
26.
yeah,
I'm probably.
Sega first, Sega's first um system that had a CD was Sega CD. And
Oh,
Sega CD was, you know why they called the Sega CD, bro?
why?
Because all they did was they created a new Sega Genesis with a an attachment to it, where you attach the part where you put the CD in it, you
Mm-hmm.
attach it to the side of your Genesis. That's what Sega CD was.
I
And then
bet you that was like discovering the internet or whatever back then. That shit must have been huge. Like, oh my
yeah,
god,
yeah, it
ah,
was. It
look out.
was.
You know, and when you got that game or whatever, you was the man on the block and shit like that. Like
Especially
you
facts is if you was a Sega kid or you grew up and your friends like Sega, yeah, because that was that was like the um the beginning to the end of cartridges. Because remember, the regular Genesis had cartridges. Everything was a cartridge. Sega is the one who actually started CDs, CD-ROM before Nintendo. See, Nintendo didn't get to the CDs until they got to GameCube. Remember
yeah,
GameCube?
yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Now GameCube came out after Dreamcast.
What year did it come out?
What GameCube?
Yeah,
GameCube came out in like GameCube came out in like
2002.
90, no, like GameCube came out in like 2000, 99. I think I was like my freshman year in high school. So I
Man, I'm
think it
gonna
was
look this shit up right now. Like, I'm gonna look it up. Hold up, I'm gonna look it up on Google. When did GameCube come out? Because I gotta know this shit, man. Like, I got September 14, 2001.
2001.
Right after the motherfucker 9/11.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers want to
And,
advertise GameCube and shit.
and
Like,
that's
what?
and that's true. That's true because now I'm thinking about it. Before GameCube came out, they had Nintendo 64 because I had a 64.
Mm,
That was the only Nintendo product besides a Game Boy Advance that I ever had from Nintendo. Everything else I had from Genesis. I had a regular Sega. I had Sega CD. Sega Saturn was dope too. That's
yeah.
when
No,
that's
no,
when
I
I used to play
I'm saying, yeah,
Virtual
like I ever
Fighter.
heard of. I'm saying, yeah, like I heard of Sega Saturn or something like that. I've never.
Yeah,
Yeah, I never
Sega
heard of that.
Saturn. Sega Saturn was the pre Dreamcast. They made the
Oh,
Dreamcast from the Sega Saturn.
man, I gotta look that shit up, bro. That
Yeah,
shit
that's how they came
probably
up with the idea. Because a Dreamcast, when you look it up, go and look at a Sega Saturn and look at how a Dreamcast looks. It's nothing but a smaller Sega Saturn. And a GameCube is the Nintendo version of a Dreamcast.
So kind of like the Xbox 360 or something like that. Is
Yeah,
like Xbox
yeah,
One is like a probably a different color version of 360.
that's it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all. Remember Xbox brought out Sega. So the Xbox is, if it wasn't called Xbox, it'll be called Sega something else.
I know like Sega is like with Japanese, like Sony and shit like that, like PlayStation. That's Japanese owners, and Microsoft is the Bill Gates type.
Exactly. Exactly.
No wonder like Sega whooping that, PlayStation 4 whooping that ass. Like PlayStation 4 is handing the Xbox One this work, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I got an Xbox One and I'm loyal to Xbox and shit like that, but yeah, PS4 blows that shit out the water, man. Like I ain't gonna lie
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah. I mean, I have to admit it, bro. I have to admit it. They did. And that's why today you don't see, you don't see you don't see the Sega products no more, because that's who came in and basically really got rid of Sega.
Yeah, yeah. But when I was I had a chance like to buy a PS4, but because they didn't have the old games that I wanted, because Xbox One had that backwards compatibility and shit like that, I ended up buying Xbox One because for the past games I used to play and shit like that. Like I got like motherfucking what's that game called? The Chinese game, Jade Empire. You ever heard of that? I got that. They have all types of like I got Destroy All Humans and shit like that. Yeah, I got like Dead or Alive, 5.
That was my shit. Dead or Alive, I love that game.
But I love Dead or Alive too. I wanted it so bad, but I never I never played it before in my life. But I played it the demo, but I never played the full version of the game. That
Dead or Alive, that was my game, man.
that was dope.
Dead or Alive, Tekken, all the Tekkens. I love them all.
Yeah.
I'm a Tekken.
Well,
I'm a Tekken addict.
I used to get my ass whooped in Tekken. So like
I love Tekken. Tekken was my shit. Because before Tekken, bro, Sega Saturn had their own fighting game called Virtual Fighter. That was like the older version. Tekken was like the upgraded version of Virtual Fighter.
I think I heard of that.
Yeah, Virtual Fighter was for Sega Saturn. I had Virtual Fighter. All of the characters, you see how on Tekken, how everybody moves, or Dead or Alive, how all the characters move fast.
Yeah. And
Virtual Fighter, the characters they were a lot slower. Yeah.
Dead or Alive, man. Like you could jack off to that shit, man, with the motherfucking the way tickling the motherfucking titties and shit like that on that game. I feel like when they fight, and I'm like, man, what is this, like some softcore action or something like that?
No, it is. It is.
Yeah.
And that's why PlayStation was able to take over the way they did, man, because the graphics and how they brought everything to real life. And that's what pushed the other games out,
To me personally, like I like graphics or whatever, but gameplay is everything to me, Yeah, good graphics or whatever, but if you ain't got gameplay, like that's something that pulls me, that's exciting and shit like that, with a decent story, like let's say Halo 2 or something like that. It's not. I guess it was top of the line graphics of the day, but back then that shit was like a good ass storyline, man. Gameplay was off the chain, enemies was crazy and shit like that, man. And it kind of had like a sad kind of storyline to it of like you're back to the corner or the wall and shit like that. You have to the humans have to fight their way to survival. Amazing story, music, and it was stuff like that. They don't make it like that no more. Like It's just that's
No,
why I like that.
they don't. They don't.
Mm-hmm.
They really don't. So what do you think? And this will be my last question, bro, and we'll wrap it up because I see we got into the gaming. So what do you think about the fact that now with a lot of these systems you don't even have to buy the game anymore, you could just download it. What do you think about that?
Shit, I like it, man. I don't like always, going to GameStop all the time and shit like that. And even though like you need Wi-Fi in order for that shit to work. Without, if you go to a store and buy CD, you can just play it without the Wi-Fi. But with that shit, you need Wi-Fi. But I just like it's downloading it. I downloaded all kind of old games or whatever from Xbox. Like the shit will make you, that shit'll give you, what do you call that shit, man? Blast from the past or whatever, nostalgia. That shit, yeah. I like it. I love it. I really do. That's why I bought, Xbox One.
Yes, okay. I asked you that because you're a gamer, and I know that one of the things that even made me excited when I was young, when I was into games like that, what made me excited was the fact that I had to go and put the game on layaway, or me and my homies had to stand in the line for a game, or the game was sold out, so I had to wait till next week so my dad could get it for me, type of shit. Do you feel like that kind of took the excitement out, being that everything is at your fingertips now?
I mean, like me, I guess, yeah, it does to like another person or whatever. But me, I don't care about surprises. I'm a grown man. I could buy my shit. So, to me, like all I gotta do is go in there, buy whatever I want to buy. It's easy, and it just takes probably like 20 minutes to download the shit like that, depending on the gig size. So, to me, I like it, but it's just that the fact that if a storm happens and fucking Xfinity or whatever just happens to crash and shit like that, well, there's a whole bunch of games I ain't playing. I can't play no more, man. Yeah, check around radio out the window and shit like that. I can't play nothing no more. That's just it. But with the CD, you can still play your games. Yeah, but
Right.
amazing stuff, man. Amazing. But I'm not really a gamer anymore like I used to be and shit like that. I really play my Xbox like once in a blue moon and shit like that. A lot of times it could be like pretty much a task. Cause I got other stuff I want to do. Like I'm on YouTube all the time and shit like that. So it's just like I get to it when I get to it. That's why I bought the game. I play whenever I want.
Right. And I asked you that too because I noticed, like, with the Generation Z's or whatever, because you younger than me, so you like at the generation after me. But
Yeah,
the Generation Z's, well, or whatever they call it, the generation that my son is in, my oldest son, who's 13, they pretty much love the fact that they don't have to go outside to do nothing now. Where when we was growing up, you was made fun of if you ain't come outside.
Yo, the technology makes you lazy, man. That's what happens. The more conveniency, a society gets, the lazier they get, man. You do whatever. It's a microwave age. That's why people were stronger back then, because they had to be more active. But they didn't have stuff like they had back then. Stuff like they do now. They don't have apps, and they don't have shit that you could. They didn't have we call that stuff that you could get online. Amazon. They didn't have that. You gotta go drive to the store and shit like that, pick up whatever you want. They'd have, flat screens of internet on you. Like, you don't even have to buy porn no more, man. You just click girls and shit like that. You get all the porn you want on your phone.
That's a fact, bro.
Right.
That's a fact. Even back then, and I know, because you're not that much younger than me, but I know you probably remember dial-up speed.
Yeah.
If you was on the internet, if you had the internet, your parents had to have some kind of money, because them internet bills was not cheap back then.
I was so happy to hear that noise though, man. Even though it was the most annoying noise you ever hear in your life, I was happy to hear it because I love fucking internet because of that porn, you know. I was playing games on this and shit like that. Yeah, it was 13 or 14, and all that age and shit. And there was a time we didn't have no cable or Wi-Fi and shit like that, or any type of internet. So, but I ended up living, with it. I used to watch The Simpsons and shit like that, whatever, was on TV. You just had to live with it. When I got cable and all that stuff back when I was 12, it was like fucking moving into heaven or some shit like that, man. It was. I played all kind of shit on the internet, I watched all kind of shit, but I wasn't in YouTube. They didn't even do live streams. I don't even know if YouTube existed back then.
No, it didn't. It didn't. It didn't.
I used to watch video games with YouTube, but I can't remember. I think it was like 16. When I was 16, it was like 2009.
Yeah, YouTube was out. YouTube was out there.
Yeah, I remember it was MySpace and shit like that, and all that.
Yeah, but MySpace was the place to be, but YouTube existed.
Yeah. The YouTube was just like I'm not into the social chats like that, like Facebook and all that, Instagram. I'm not really into shit like that. The only reason I go, on Instagram and shit like that is watch the models and shit, the big booty ass models.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's really what it's for, really. If you ain't doing no business on Instagram, you looking at ass. Period.
Yeah, facts. Like, how many motherfucking I call them followers I got or whatever, just looking at big booty bitches and shit like that. My thing went from like 30 something or whatever to like 50 something, and all of them were trying to tell me trying to link me up to some side of shit like that. Just one day, like some the first time, like, because I was watching the big booty bitches all night and shit like that, and I got like a chat from one of those girls or whatever. She wasn't really an Instagram model or whatever, but she was a woman or whatever. She was fine as shit. So I ended up saying, "So how you doing?" or whatever, trying to spit a little game. Next thing I know, whatever, talking about follow me in this link at group that and other, and we could have fun talking and shit like that. I hit that link, and it's like the same link or whatever that you hit on Pornhub and shit like that. That just happens to pop up and shit that advertises that wild shit or whatever, as a chat. So it was a bot. Yeah, one of them. I don't know what to call them, man. Instagram bot and shit like that. Yeah, one of those. And I guess I get like a whole bunch of followers that are Instagram bots. It is what it is. I don't really care. I don't give two shits about Instagram, at all. Yeah. Paintball was my sport growing up. I used to bust motherfucker in the back. Yeah, I remember getting hit in the face with the I never played paintball. I'm thinking of motherfucking what do you call that shit? When you throw the ball, dodgeball. Yeah. Getting hit by them red motherfucking dodgeball hurt like a motherfucker, man. Like, it had me crying and shit like that when I was growing up. I remember like yeah. The motherfucker, I love dodgeball and shit like that, but that shit hurts you. If you get hit in the face, you gotta duck your face, man. I'd rather get hit anywhere else, man. Yeah. I think the neighborhood I was at when you were playing dodgeball, like it was so safe or whatever because it's a suburb and shit like that. I think if you hit somebody in the face with a dodgeball, you would get the person that threw the dodgeball would get out. They would be out. That's how motherfucking safe it was. It's not like the ghetto where even if your teeth fall out, nigga, you still out there. You ain't shit. Get the fuck out of
here. Yeah. Our shit was a little, it was a lot more rough.
Yeah, I didn't grow up rough like that. I'm in the hood now. I think like that. A bunch of crazy looking motherfuckers out here, man. I be looking at them, man, pants sagging and shit like that. Here it look like some giant sticks. Motherfucker like 12-inch sticks or whatever for here. Like some crazy motherfuckers out here, man. Yeah. Man, we're gonna go all night. It's like 7:24. Yo, you gotta get ready for the roast or whatever today. So I'm gonna let you go. So we get,
No doubt, bro. No doubt, man. I appreciate you coming through, bro. I was just getting ready to wrap it up too, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat.
yeah.
This has been episode 7 of Real Spill.
I think it was lit, man. I hope like everybody enjoyed it, man. Whoever feeling me, man, I appreciate it, man. Anybody subscribe if they want to. I don't force nobody to subscribe or like my videos. I really, because I want real motherfuckers that fuck with me. So and I don't like controlling motherfuckers at all. So if you want to join my chat, I mean not my chat. The fuck am I talking about? If you don't want to subscribe, subscribe. It is what it is. But it's the motherfucking Mike. Shout out to the group. I'm using his rhetoric. It's the motherfucking Mike Blade Brown and shit like that. In this motherfucker killing Strags another day and shit like that. Back with another roast coming in a couple of hours. Taz Lemonade of the streets. We going back at his ass tonight. Be there. These roasts is gonna be murdered. We go bury this motherfucking B1 bitches tonight. Let's go. Get it. All right.
You already know. Appreciate you, bro. Episode 7, Real Spill. Shout out to my man Mike Brown Comedy. I'm adding that to your name, bro. Your name is Mike Brown Comedy, man. So y'all go over there. Y'all show my man some love and some support. Y'all go over there and get his subscribers up, man. Say that again, bro.
Whenever you give me a rent or whatever, you gotta type that shit. Mike Comedy Brown. This shit.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's your brand, Mike Brown Comedy. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Much love to y'all. And we're gonna catch y'all tonight on a Saturday Night Live. Be there, 10:30 Eastern Time. Saturday Night Live, right here on SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV. But this is another episode of Real Spill. Go ahead, subscribe, make sure y'all hit that like button, share the show. I see y'all later on. Peace.
Peace.